Hello! In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to the APA citation style. There are a lot of different rules to APA citation, more than can be covered in one short video. So let's just look at the basics. When citing for a paper, a citation will typically have two main parts: the reference at the end of the paper in a reference list, and the in-text citation. For the end-of-paper reference, you'll be more in-depth about the source, whereas an in-text citation pulls the most important information for the reader to see. Let's look at the reference first. References will look something like this. First, you'll have the author's last name, followed by a comma, then the author's first initial, followed by a period. Sometimes you'll also have the middle initial of the author, also followed by a period. Then, you'll have the year of publication in parentheses, followed by a period. Then, you'll have the title of the article. Then, the publishing organization in italics. Then, finally, the DOI, if it's obtainable. A DOI is a digital object identifier, also known as a permalink. One thing to note is that when you're writing the title of an article in a citation, make sure you're only capitalizing the first word of the title, proper nouns, and the first word after a colon. Once you have the reference for the reference list, you can then create your in-text citations. In-text citations can be formatted in different ways depending on how you want to use the material you're referencing. You can either give a narrative citation or a parenthetical citation. Narrative citations are worked right into the flow of your work, while parenthetical citations are more of an aside, added just for the reader's reference. Take a look at the examples on screen. Narrative citations would be something like, according to the author's last name, followed by the year in parentheses, a comma, and then your quote, while a parenthetical citation would have the quote first, then the author's last name, a comma, and then the year, all in parentheses, followed by the period at the end of your sentence. There are also different ways of including the source material: direct quotes or paraphrasing. Direct quotes are when you copy and paste the identical word-for-word content from an article into your paper. Paraphrasing is when you rewrite what the article says in your own words. Take a look at the examples on screen. For both of these examples, I've used a narrative citation. You can see for the direct quote, I start with the citation and then move directly into the quote. This is copied word for word from the original article. However, if you take a look at the paraphrasing, I start again with the narrative citation crediting the author, and then I've summarized the previous quote in my own words. These are just some examples of the basics of APA citation. If you're looking for a more in-depth guide, you can check out Purdue OWL's online APA guide. If you ever need help with APA citations, you can always ask a librarian. Navigate to the library's website and click on the big yellow box on the right-hand side of the screen. From here, you can get help in a variety of different ways. You can use the 24/7 live text chat, send an email to library@sunypoly.edu, book an appointment either in person or on Zoom, or call the library at 315-792-7246. Thanks for watching!